Hello everyone and welcome to Motorcyclegear.com. Today we're taking a look at the Parabolica 2 pants from REV'IT. You may have recently seen our video on the Parabolica 2 hoodie. Well, today we're checking out the Parabolica 2 pants. Now REV'IT does call them pants, but to me personally they're really more of a sweatpant, or to be more accurate, they're really a pair of joggers. Now with that said, they are the version 2s or the second generation, just like the hoodie was, but just like the hoodie, they are not a full redesign, but really more of an evolution or an improvement on that first generation. Other things that are in common with the hoodie is going to be the primary construction. Primarily, we do have PWR fleece as well as polyester 1x1 rib. And just like the hoodie, the CE rating is going to be the same. The Parabolica 2 pants do earn a CE AA rating. In my opinion, a pair of joggers that are CE AA, that's pretty cool. Let's go ahead and talk color options. Well, simply put, there aren't going to be any options. While the hoodie does come in 3 different colors, the pants here, or the joggers, only do come in 1 color, which is going to be this all black colorway. As for sizing is going to range from extra small to 3XL, so you do get a pretty good size range. Additionally, keep in mind the pants do feature a tapered fit. What that basically means is that from the knee down to the ankle, they are going to get narrower. Now, even with that tapered fit, they are still extremely comfortable and they're not overly tight. For me personally, at 6 foot, roughly 215 pounds, I normally wear a size XL in REV'IT. Here in the Parabolica 2s, I tried on a size XL and they fit me exactly as I would expect them to. Really, it's kind of a traditional jogger feel where they're not going to be overly baggy like a loose pair of sweatpants, but they're not also overly tight. So if you do need to go for a run or a jog, you definitely have the motion to do so. Not that I plan to run in my motorcycle gear, but you get the point. All right, let's go ahead and take a few measurements here. Again, this is going to be a size XL, and as you can see, the waist here, it does measure out to about 17.5 inches. That's going to be roughly the equivalent of 35 inches all around. Now, if we do stretch it out all the way, if I can get it to stretch here, if we do stretch it out all the way, you will notice that it comes out to about 22 inches or 44 inches all around. Keep in mind, if I did have it that tight, it would be quite uncomfortable, but it does give you an idea of just how stretchy this waistband is. All right, so overall length is going to be roughly 42 inches here. So again, this is going to be your overall outside length. And then if we take a look at the inseam, you're looking at about 32.5 inches. Now keep in mind these Parabolica 2 pants in comparison to the original Parabolica pants in the same size XL are going to be roughly about 1/4 inch bigger in every dimension that I've mentioned so far. Now keep in mind 1/4 inch is nothing major, nothing to write home about, but I do think it does go to show that REV'IT has been paying attention and has made an effort to fit a little bit better or a little bit more accurately with this new lineup. Now what is going to be a drastic difference between the version 2s and the version 1s is going to be the openings at the bottom of the pant legs. One of my main complaints against the original Parabolica pants, keep in mind these here are my personal pair, is that the leg openings are fairly tight and honestly have almost no give to them or stretch to them, so that tight opening becomes even more difficult when there is no stretch in the fabric. So if we look at the bottom of the pant leg here, they're going to measure out at about 6 inches, and if you try to pull it up, you maybe can get to about 6.5. Not a lot of give here. Now, if we look at the Parabolica 2s, you'll notice they're a little bit tighter off the jump. They're 5 inches, and this is great if you want to tuck in your pant leg and kind of keep them tucked, but the stretchy material, it'll go all the way out to about 9 inches. So you've got plenty of extra room, a lot easier to get in and out of the pant leg because you have a lot more give here in the opening. For more detailed sizing help, be sure to visit Motorcyclegear.com, where we'll have full measurements as well as size charts to help you find the right size. If you do need additional guidance, feel free to reach out to us via phone or email, as we are always here to help you out. Let's go ahead and dive into some of the details, starting with the top here. You do get that nice stretchy elastic waistband that I mentioned earlier when I was talking about dimensions. It is going to be quite comfortable, and again, really just feels like a normal pair of joggers or sweatpants. And then you do get this good quality drawstring right here, which does help you tighten down the waist and kind of adjust that fit. Moving down from the waistband and checking out the front here, you will notice in sticking with the jogger or sweatpants style, there is not any sort of an opening here, no zipper fly, no buttons, anything like that. Just a straight flat front. And then on the sides here, we do have 2 hand warmer style pockets. There are nice little flaps here that cover up the zippers. Behind that, obviously zipper closure, and a good sized pocket. I wear a size large glove and my hands fit with plenty of room. On the left hand side only, underneath the pocket, you do get a nice little REV'IT logo. It is going to be a reflective material, so nice touch there. And then on the other side, above the pocket, you do get another REV'IT logo that says engineered for riding. Moving down from there, we do get into the knees right here, a little bit of extra stitching here. This is where you're going to have the knee armor on the inside, and then we get to the very bottom, as I mentioned earlier, that stretchy waistband on the pant leg here. Now, one thing that you will notice is different on the Parabolica 2s versus the original. The originals had kind of a foot loop, if you will. I wasn't a really big fan of that, and the only reason that it was really there was to keep the pants from riding up. In this case, with this tighter, stretchy elastic, it stays tighter against your legs, so you don't have that problem of them riding up. So really that foot loop is not necessary. And again, to me, it's a little bit more comfortable not having it there, and it's definitely not in the way if, like me, you didn't use it. So nice upgrade in my opinion, subtle, but a nice upgrade nonetheless. All right, let's go ahead and jump over to the back. At the very top, you will notice a short connection zipper. Again, this is gonna match perfectly to the Parabolica hoodie or any other short connection zipper jacket that REV'IT makes. You will notice here, it's kind of on the back, but also kind of on the side, a very long reflective stripe, one on each side. I'm a big fan of reflective material. It's good to have for that low light visibility. So really nice touch here from REV'IT, having a super long stripe. And then in the seat, you do get some added grip overlays here. Obviously helps you stay on the bike a little bit better. Good grippy material right there. And that's pretty much gonna be it for the pants on the back. Not too much going on. Again, REV'IT was shooting for a very simple, casual looking jogger, and they definitely succeeded in that design. All right, so taking a look at the inside here, you'll notice two things. There are these hanging hooks or loops on each side of the pants. Really kind of a nice feature here if you need to hang them up on a hanger or somewhere else. It makes it a lot easier having these present. And then right below that, you will notice the pockets for the hip armor. This is going to be level 1 armor. It's going to be REV'IT's C Smart armor. Again, CE level 1. And on the hip, it's going to be T+, not T-. Very flexible, very breathable. Good to go here. You do have the option also to upgrade this to level 2 because the pockets are very easily accessible, as you just saw. I pulled the armor out quite easily. And then one other thing to notice too, before I go ahead and show you the knee armor, the inside material right here is quite comfortable. It is fully breathable and it is quite stretchy. And then the other included armor is going to be your knee armor. It too is going to be C Smart CE level 1. Again, very flexible and very breathable. Keep in mind on the knee version, where the hip was only T+, the knee version is going to be T+ and T-. Again, super flexible, super comfortable, and really cool feature here is you do have 2 different pocket lengths, which means that you can adjust the height of the armor higher or lower depending on what you need. Now, the last thing I want to touch on here as we are looking at this material is that this material is going to be a full stretch material, and it is also going to be fully ventilated. So it is going to be quite comfortable. Granted, it's not going to be as comfortable as, say, for example, a full mesh material, but it still does breathe quite well and it won't make you too hot. The other big thing to know is that this material is DWR coated, so that means that it's not waterproof, but it is going to be water repellent. So if you do get a little bit of rain on you, a little bit of water on you, it's going to kind of beat up and just kind of fly off the pants. So again, not waterproof, but it does help resist getting wet. Overall, the Parabolica 2 pants are really quite neat, and honestly, I'm a big fan. You get the comfort, look, and fit of a nice pair of joggers, allowing you to look casual both on and off the bike without sacrificing protection. Honestly, if you paired these joggers with the Parabolica 2 hoodie, you get the full-on casual look and comfortable experience while still getting that CE AA rating. Really nice to see getting the comfort and the look without having to sacrifice on the protection. All right, so that's going to be it for the Parabolica 2 pants from REV'IT. Be sure to visit Motorcyclegear.com, hit us up in the comments down below or via phone or email, as we're always here to help you out with your motorcycle gear needs. Thank you all for watching. Till next time.